Apocalypse.
What is up, guys? It's Anubis here, and today we're going to be talking about the Season 23 competitive of Overwatch. And Papa Jeff, as I like to call him, or Jeff Kaplan, has come up with an interesting patch notes. So, Open queue is going to be added to competitive play, but role queue is also going to be added in as well. So, I'm guessing it's going to be two different queues that you can click on. So it'll be like you go into season 23 competitive button or whatever, and it'll ask you role queue or open competitive, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the patch notes say beginning with season 23, the maximum skill rating or SR earned after a player completes each season's placements has been capped to 3900 SR. Players are still matched with other players of similar skill, as we want to keep matches as fair and fun as possible. As each player participates in more games during the current season, their SR will slowly rise to reach a value that fully reflects their current skill. So, how I'm interpreting that is the cap for all SR at the very beginning after placements is 3900. Okay? And the players are still matched up with other players of similar skill. So in Overwatch and in other games like Overwatch, there's two different skill ratings. There's MMR and SR. MMR stands for matchmaking rating, and SR stands for skill rating. So MMR basically is saying that's the people you're matched up with. For instance, say if you're a hard stuck silver or a hard stuck gold, and you keep running into Smurfs, or you keep running into just horrible players, or something like that, that means your MMR is the same as those Smurfs. So you're hard stuck in gold, but that doesn't mean your MMR is hard stuck in gold. MMR is what determines who you get in a quick play match with, or who you get in an arcade with, or something like that. So what that basically means is you're going to be going up against people of your actual skill, of your skill rating, not like of your actual skill of the game, not your skill rating. And skill rating is just SR. It's like every other thing. It's just determines what branch of the competitive you are in. So I think this is the best way to do it because SR is going to be reset completely, but how it I interpret it is, and how most people are probably going to interpret it is, grandmasters are not going to be put into matches with bronzes, or silvers are not going to be placed up with diamonds or something like that. Like your MMR is going to stay the same, but your SR is going to be there to show what your skill is. Right? And as they say down in lower, says this change is intended to address many of the issues that SR Decay tried to fix, but in a more positive manner than reward staying active and playing more games instead of penalizing players for not playing enough. Achieving a very high SR at the end of a season can no longer be achieved by completing a mere 5 placement matches. This does not mean you may see larger SR differences between all players in a very high SR match than in previous seasons, as two similar and highly skilled players may have different SRs based on how many games they've played during the season. So that's basically saying it doesn't matter your SR in your placements, it matters your MMR. Uh, so like, I'm guessing that's also saying like you could be a diamond, but you could be going up against grandmasters because your MMR is higher than it should be in your current SR. I'm guessing. I'm not for sure. But now, what you all came to this video for is open queue added to competitive play. Okay, so here's the deal. What I'm saying is, starting with Season 23, competitive play will support both role queue and open queue. So, that's just awesome, and also not awesome. Being one of the few people who hated goats, and who will never ever play goats again, and if you try to play goats around me, I will thoroughly try to choke you. And not in the daddy choke me manner, more like the no, never play goats again manner. I don't like this, but I like it. I'm having a weird sense of emotions around it. But here is the fun part about it. Here is where I actually enjoy it. These will be separate queues. So you won't see role queue teams playing against open queue teams. Open queue will have its own SR and leaderboard, and role queue will have the same thing. That's incredible. Like, you don't know how happy that makes me. Because you could go 2-2-2 in role queue, that's fine. And you can go goats, which I don't recommend because goats is a trash comp. But you could go goats, or you could go 5 DPS, 1 support, you could go 1 DPS, 5 support. Or whatever. In open queue, it doesn't matter. Because you'll never face a team that's in 2-2-2. That's awesome! Y'all don't know how happy that makes me. Like, yeah, there's hero updates and blah blah, bug fixes, all that nonsense. But this is where it's at. Open queue is back in competitive. Role queue is also in competitive still. There is going to be a complete skill rating reset, and you're gonna keep your MMR, and all of that stuff is awesome. Like, I do really enjoy this. I will probably play competitive so much more than I have recently. And that's saying something, because I play competitive a lot. But, in all honesty, that's all I got for you.
Ah baby, sen I need lately Shkundi mu spam, edhe dhe I treti Sanet po ndrojnë të më nuk koni njeti Fa jo shti jam, jam a jo bashkë kejti Leti shoqet që të